No, first of all, good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, I am amused because all those claiming we are living under an emergency because there is no freedom of speech and expression were the same people clamoring for the prosecution of Nupur for merely quoting Islamic scriptures. They were clamoring for the prosecution of YouTubers in Tamil Nadu who conducted interviews not liked by Stalin. All those people, including professors who forwarded cartoons not liked by Mamata and were left by the court after 11 years. All those journalists reporting on stories not liked by Kejriwal in Punjab or with Sheesh Mahal. All those activists who were arrested for their Facebook posts not liked by Pawar. So let's get this straight. They don't stand against unjust and draconian laws that stifle free speech. They stand against their application to their friends and ideological bedfellows. They don't mind the cloud of emergency when it suits them in Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Punjab, Bengal. They don't mind their police chasing a teenager girl because she said something that offended them, going 1,000 miles to arrest her. Semi-literate, shameless hypocrites. Look, if you want to talk of emergency, then talk of it objectively if you have the guts. Truth is, the emergency is all about killing the constitution. And when does constitution die? Constitution dies when a citizen's freedom of speech and expression is brutally curtailed and stomped upon. And that is what Jawaharlal Nehru did through his first amendment to our constitution, following which, under him, dozens of books and films were banned, historians and editors were jailed. When does constitution die? When the president and the judiciary is forced to curtail the fundamental rights of the citizen. And that is what Indira Gandhi did through the emergency, following which tens of thousands of Indians were jailed and killed and sterilized, and constitution's body and soul and preamble altered with gay abandon. When does constitution die? When a Supreme Court's considered verdict is overturned with impunity. When the citizen's right to privacy is snatched away. And that is what Rajiv Gandhi did through the Postal Act and through overturning the Shah Bano judgment, ushering in an era of blatant appeasement. When does constitution die, Pranesh? When tens of thousands of activists are arrested and charged with sedition and called anti-national. When the election commission is severely compromised,
Right.
which is what Sonia Gandhi did. When under her proxy rule, 8,000 activists were charged with sedition in a single day. When Naveen Chawla, despite the Shah Commission charging him with committing atrocities during the emergency and deeming him unfit for office, was appointed as the chief election commissioner, ignoring the cries of the then CEC that Chawla was spying for the Congress and passing on sensitive information to it. Just 30 seconds. When does constitution die? When the FCRA Act is retrospectively amended, rendering the High Court conviction of political parties like the BJP and the Congress toothless, which is what happened under Rahul Gandhi. When the High Court conviction of Congress and the BJP was rendered useless through a parliamentary amendment brought in by the BJP and supported by the Congress. Nehru, Indira, Rajiv, Sonia, Rahul. These are the famous five who have made sure our constitution is dead. On the other hand, how has Modi killed constitution and brought in emergency? Give me one example, one that hasn't either been ratified by the Supreme Court or indeed by the opposition itself, like 370 abrogation or overturning of the Supreme Court judgment on SC/ST Act. But as I said, facts don't matter to Congress. Only propaganda does.